Joe, hey, congratulations on your new series, 90 Minutes on Peacock right now.
Thank you very much, Gig. We're very excited about the premiere and just waiting for the conversation to start.
You know what? There's plenty of conversations in this outrageously funny series, but tell us where the original idea came from and how this project came about.
Well, it's a mix of a lot of things. On the personal side, it's loosely based on anecdotes of my grandfather. He was a very charismatic and special guy, and he used to own an amateur soccer team. He always got into trouble, money problems, or different kind of stuff. So I went and interviewed him, and I promised him that I would make something out of it to honor him. And it's also based on a lot of anecdotes of living in Latin America. That's surreal and funny and weird, and everything that you see on the show.
Now tell us about the themes. I love the themes of this film. I mean this series, machoism, male bonding, all that kind of stuff. You crafted, how can you say, very creative characters that they're all equally laughable at.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a very cool process. Me and my running partner, Julio Bertelli, we've always been deep into the Mexican culture and the archetypes and the type of people that surround us, and we just wanted to portray that in a very funny but respectful way, and try to honor, not make fun of the bad traits of machismo, but also try to figure out the good parts of manhood. Not everything is bad about the way we bond and the way we connect, and I think that this story really digs into that to how male figures interact.
In order for this to actually work, you have to have that cast chemistry. How did you guys pull it off? Because I really felt like that they were all like friends and enemies at the same time.
Yeah, that's funny because in those type of teams and amateur teams, you end up seeing people that in your usual life you will never see. You become very good friends, and there's different characteristics. So what I try to do with this cast in particular is that I had worked with most of them in different projects, so I knew their personalities, and as we were writing, I kind of just handpicked them, and then just putting them together in a room was, hilarious and explosive, and that the chemistry that you see is actually the chemistry that they have. They became the Navajas.
Now, tell us about the choice of the Mexican neighborhood that you wanted to portray on the series.
Well, usually when you see Mexican fiction, we always end up in the same places, It's either the high society from the telenovelas or, the hipster neighborhoods, Brooklyn types in La Condesa and La Roma. And I really wanted to tell a story about the suburbs because it's a very important part of the city. The people that live there come into the city, they work here, but their lives are very particular over there. And it's kind of like a small town, and at the same time, it has the problems of a big city. So I wanted to show that part of Mexico that is always neglected for some reason.
Now, the choice of you could have easily picked a like a young soccer team to portray, but you wanted to portray old aging men.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that choice?
I think I've played for enough time in those type of teams to understand that the comedy relies on, as you grow older, when you're on the pitch, you imagine that you look like you're Cristiano Ronaldo when you're doing a play. But in reality, if you look it from the outside, you just look like what you are, a 40 plus person that's out of shape, and you just want to have a good time with your friends, and the championship is not the main thing. So I found that fascinating because we take it very personally, and it's life or death when you do it, but in reality, it's not.
Now, the thing is, soccer is, the backdrop of this, but it's not the main thing. But
Yeah.
when the athleticism actually has to come to play, was that a difficult challenge?
Well, yeah, because shooting soccer is probably one of the toughest thing I've ever had to do, and we've never seen it really greatly portrayed in film because it's complex about the inner rhythm and everything. So getting them to play was harder than anything else. So when you see the actual games, it has a lot of tricks behind it to make it fun and to make it visually entertaining because we wouldn't get out of them a good play at all. So that was part of the mixture of the comedy and the irony of doing a soccer show of people that don't play well.
So does humor come naturally for you when you write these type of stories and the jokes? Because the jokes are coming like left and right as zingers.
Yeah, well, we had a very good team. This is the third time that I've worked with this team. So during the room, everybody knows the energy. We all have all the same references. So as we start to get along, we just want to have fun in the way that you would with your friends. The best feedback I've gotten from the show is that you want to go have a beer with them, and I think that that's the goal. When you enter a space that's comfortable and you can make all type of jokes, then that's the place you want to be. And those guys have that, and I think that's endearing of them.
Well said. Most of the how to say well-rounded character was a Veneno. Your main character. Can you talk about getting into the headspace, creating a headspace for that character and making him only with one leg?
Yeah, well, it's kind of based on anecdotes of soccer players that whose careers derailed. In this case, I wanted to work on guilt and I wanted to work on second chances. The whole series is based on a couple of main themes. One is fatherhood, and the other one is second chances. So every single character in this show is working their relationship with their father, but they're also figuring out how to reignite the second part of their lives, whether it's Veneno reconnecting with the part of his life that he neglected, or Alma with coming back home and facing reality. So those two themes really made a great blend for drama to thrive.
Most certainly does. And Joe, for you, how much of a soccer person are you in real life?
Oh man, my friends mock me. I can watch any game that's on the TV. Like I'll just put anything on and I'll watch it. And I've been playing it since I was 9. So I love it. It's my favorite sport, and I wanted to honor that. The relationship with soccer and its importance in everyday's life.
Well, Joe, thank you very much for carrying this conversation about 90 minutes. Don't make us wait for a second season.
Let's hope so, Gig. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Bye now.